Live from the fabulous MGM Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Welcome to NIADA's Quality Dealer of the Year Awards. Brought to you by AutoZone AllData and Pastime GPS Solutions. And now, here's your host, Mr. Michael York.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. It's the blockbuster hit you've been waiting for. The Car Stars return to Las Vegas. 3 years in the making. Can you believe it? It has been 3 long years, but tonight, the big show is back in Las Vegas. I got time. Thank you. I can tell you're coachable. That's good. Our annual gathering of great minds to help create the future and celebrate our history, to address challenges, to embrace change, marketing and remarketing, becoming more resourceful, more curious, more committed, retooling, and sometimes unlearning. Seems we've all been tasked lately to update your profile, reinventing our work, how we grow as leaders and serve our customers with a resolve that cannot go unnoticed. Resolve. What a great word. What does it mean really? Resolve. Best definition I've ever heard came from a 5th grader. She said, promising yourself you will never give up. Wow. My first time speaking here was June of 2000, right here at the MGM. That week, we went down to old Las Vegas, and I bought a book on the history of Vegas, because the history of Las Vegas is fascinating in so many ways. But one of the things that really stuck out to me is that Las Vegas blows up the past. The Aladdin, Stardust, Riviera, many more, they're all gone, flattened, hardly remembered. And I heard just this week that the Mirage volcano is going away, blown up to build something new. And while this now economy continually requires improvement in so many areas, this association, this event, celebrates the past. The generation of dealers who paved the way for so many, even many in this room, to compete and perform and deliver and win with new ideas and new strategies and new resources which have been on display all this week. We celebrate the old while always striving to implement something new, implement ideas, taking action. And for most of us, our love story with used cars began with our first one. Didn't it? I mean, almost no one, or no one I knew started with a new car. It was a used car, and we loved it. My first car, a 1964 Opel Kadett. Oh yeah, I love that car. I was only 14, I didn't even have a driver's license, but I'd sit in that car on that gravel driveway after school every day. I'd pretend like I was driving, just playing the radio day after day after day and imagining, wow, what would it really be like to actually drive this car? People pass by, they say, oh, look, there's Michael. I wonder where he's going. Well, he's not going anywhere. He doesn't even have a license. Man, I still remember that car. It was kind of a pale yellow, black accent stripe. Jumper cables were red. Yeah. But see, going through the motions or looking like you're going somewhere has gone the way of old Las Vegas and old casinos and old ways and old days. of just simple selling. Virtual and actual. Zooming and e-signing, it's all here now. Customers are being retrained every single day. They're asking for things that we or they couldn't even imagine once upon a time. And thinking like an owner is more challenging, and asking better questions is required to help us discover bigger answers. A business owner that I always looked up to, someone I admired and respected, he was facing challenges inside his organization, inside his industry, and one day he said to me, "Michael, at least once in your life, you probably should reinvent yourself." Wow, I never forgot that. See, each of us on some level have been challenged to reinvent how we do what we do. Selling or buying or traveling or business or even life. Once upon a time, selling cars was so simple. Drive by, see what you like, stop in, make an offer, bang. How about a 1966 baby blue Chevy, automatic, power steering, power brakes, and air? Just $800. I'll take it. And I did. The good old days. Now, focusing on and embracing the new days and the new ways that lie ahead, because the future is calling. Many of these finalists that you will meet tonight are changing how this business works and how it gets done. Changing the how. What does it mean to change the how? Well, let's say our goal is Hawaii. We love Hawaii. Let's all go there. Who's in? Hawaii, okay. So if we can all agree then that Hawaii is the goal, pretty soon we have to come to the conclusion that no one is driving there, because the how just doesn't work. Driving business is the goal, creating a great life in the process. Because one of the things I hear over and over from the hundreds of quality dealers who've vied for this title over the years, including the finalists that I sat with this week in interviews, is the importance of family, believing strongly in a core set of values and committing to their work in a way that reflects, even protects those values. The individuals you'll hear about tonight have met the challenges of reinventing their how. They're here because they've been named by their fellow dealers as the best of the best. So many ways they're making history and not just repeating it. I'm sure you guys have heard the old saying, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. Right? And I get it. I understand what they were trying to say about how you play the game and all that. And I guess I would say it doesn't matter whether you win or lose until you lose. And then suddenly winning is a big deal. Right? Winning is what we should strive for in the marketplace. Not everyone gets a trophy. It's the process of becoming a winner that you'll see on display tonight. It's what turns teams and individuals into champions. Becoming better, becoming stronger, more resilient, more creative, becoming a champion. And we most definitely have in the room tonight champions who became greater and stronger in the face of adversity, who succeed with character and integrity, who inspire others to become greater still. There's an ancient script that says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So in these days of adversity, let us come together, renewing our strength, reinventing new ways and new hows, and celebrating these champions. Celebrating all that is good and all that is great about this association and this industry as we honor these finalists tonight. This then is the 2022 National Quality Dealer Awards. It has been a big show kind of week here in Las Vegas with all the leading edge education sessions, the panels, the industry experts, gurus, big name speakers, probably a few people you've never heard of from all across the marketplace. The NIADA Expo was about the only sure thing you could bet on here at the MGM Grand. Social media has been abuzz with all the posts and tweets and status updates. You guys have heard it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Don't believe it. That was then, this is now. Some of you may already be a star on YouTube or Facebook. The question is, for what? So moderation is your friend, that's all I'm saying. So this evening marks the 46th anniversary of another long-standing tradition for this association, the annual award presented to the National Quality Dealer of the Year. Today, the National Quality Dealer Award has become an iconic symbol of all that it means to be an independent dealer. The continuing commitment to learning and growing and adapting and meeting the challenges of an accelerating marketplace head on, all the while setting an example for their fellow dealers and the next generation of dealers who will drive us into the future. This award honors a group of dealer finalists representing their state associations from all across the country. And while each individual you'll meet tonight has been recognized in this elite class of quality dealers achieving this highest of honors regionally, only one can earn the title National Quality Dealer of the Year. NIADA is proud to have 45 dealers who've received this award since its inception, and many of them are with us here tonight. Would all our previous quality dealers please stand? All the recipients of this prestigious award, they're with us tonight. Stand. Thank you. Absolutely. Including, I think, one we missed earlier, the very first National Quality Dealer that I got to name all the way back in 2004, Mr. Robert Milligan. Robert, where are you? There you are, my friend. Yes, sir. All right. So tonight we'll name the 46th NIADA Quality Dealer of the Year. The list of achievements from each finalist you're going to hear is remarkable, staggering, impressive, over and over again. So there's just no way we can share all of their amazing stories all here tonight. But what you will hear is a brief bio from each finalist and see a short video clip up on the big screen from the interviews that I had the opportunity to sit down with each of them, talk about their independent journey to this place, and now to be joining the ranks of an elite class of the highest order in the automotive industry, recognized by their peers as the best of the best. NIADA is honored to have a select group of state quality dealers here this evening from all across the country representing their state associations, and tonight, one of them will be named National Quality Dealer of the Year. NIADA sets forth the criteria which makes up the final judging process. So there are three main areas of evaluation. Number one, service to industry, including but not limited to serving and supporting their state and national association as well as their fellow dealers. Number two, outstanding business operations, covering a wide area of scoring that ranges from customer experience to pursuit of continuing education, maintaining high standards, and delivering exceptional value. And number three, remarkable community service. Large or small, they're involved in the affairs of doing good for their local area. And when the evaluation is complete, in all the other areas, the final box left to be checked by the judges, this dealer should be the National Quality Dealer of the Year. This year, a panel of impartial judges working with NIADA has evaluated the state-nominated dealers that were submitted. A selection committee was put in place to determine the order of finalists who are with us here tonight. While their identity is being kept secret, they know who they are. So how about a big hand for the members of the selection committee? Tonight's ceremonies and award happens each year with the relationships and much appreciated assistance provided by a key group of very special benefactors. These benefactors have supported NIADA in its endeavors for many years. So just before we get into our list of nominees, it is my great pleasure to introduce one of these benefactors. Please welcome the National Business Development Manager, Pre-Owned Vertical with AutoZone, Mr. Mike Hager. Mike?
Well, I'm the other Mike, so I have big shoes to follow here. I'm going to take a little survey. How many Missouri fans? Do we have any Missouri Tiger fans in the house? Anybody out there? We got a couple. How about any Raider fans? Do we have any Raider fans in the house? All right. Thank you, Bob, Scott, Jim, Lou, Joe, RJ, and Devin for allowing and putting together this fabulous week for us all. Wow, it was really something. My team of folks have had a great week. I hope you have as well. I got to just ask one question. Let's see here. It's raise of hands. How many of you all have the watches or the Fitbits that have measured over 15 miles this week? Who needs Orange Theory when you have MGM Grand, right? Lot of territory there. Speaking on behalf of the AutoZone All Data team and all of our 100-plus AutoZoners back home, a huge thank you to each of you and to our winners tonight for allowing us to be your business partners. Together, we have navigated some very trying times. Our growing partnerships at all levels have allowed us to excel and dominate. We all have the same priorities. We build the best businesses. We build the best-in-class businesses. We care about our people, number one. We take exceptional care of our customers, number two, and we strive to build best in class in whatever we're doing, in whatever part of that business we're involved in. The National Independent Auto Dealers Association is a collection of all of the best of the best. The award winners recognized tonight are truly champions. They have taken it to a whole nother level. We want to congratulate each and every one of you for what you do and for allowing us to be a partner with you. The AutoZone All Data team thanks you again for your business and for your partnership. And let's celebrate with these 12 candidates and then the one that is going to win, because they truly have excelled in the most trying of times. So I thank you and have a great evening.
It's the big show, and we are live at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. They're leaving the lights on all night long, running up a crazy electric bill here. We're sparing no expense, so come on back. We'll be back right after this.
We'll continue with the 2022 National Quality Dealer Awards when we return after these messages.
During my career in the car business, I was president of the National Independent Auto Dealers Association. And that was a really high honor for me. I was president for a year and I was chairman for about a year and a half. And AutoZone was a platinum sponsor for us during that period of time and all. And they still are. So we've got, the NIADA has 17,000 members. And a lot of those dealers use AutoZone parts. They are a trusted supplier for us. AutoZone is a great company and they're a great corporate citizen in Memphis. We want quality service and the quality level of parts, and that's what we get from AutoZone.
Welcome back. Representing another of NIADA's longtime benefactors and also assisting with tonight's awards, please welcome from Pastime, the CEO and founder of Pastime GPS, Mr. Jake Frank. Jake?
Thanks, Michael. It's an honor to be here again, and I also want to give special thanks to Bob Voltman and his incredible staff at NIADA for once again putting on a really great show this year. So thanks, thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. So Pastime has been providing GPS tracking and collection technology to the industry for over 20 years. During the first 5 years of our company's history, we cut our teeth in the franchise market. When we introduced a brand new, fresh concept, that of utilizing technology for collections in the late 90s, we officially entered and were warmly welcomed to the independent sector of the auto industry, and we never looked back. The independent dealer industry, in my opinion, is the most underrated and underappreciated segment of the market, servicing much of the American public who, for whatever reason, could neither afford or qualify for a prime loan in order to purchase a new vehicle. Aside from one's home or putting food on the table, transportation is arguably the most important material asset that one could possess for themselves or their families. It gives one the freedom to move about, get back and forth to work, and run whatever errands are necessary. Consequently, the independent dealers and the services they provide have a significant impact on the people's lives, and in the case of subprime, by taking the risk of offering consumers a second or third or fourth chance, often are very influential in changing those lives. The dealers of this industry are passionate about their business, they're dedicated to their communities, and committed to their employees and customers. They're generous in donating their support and time to local, state, and national organizations. But most importantly, very willing to give back to the industry, which is very important. To rise to the level of being recognized for excellence by their peers and industry partners is truly a great honor and achievement. On behalf of Pastime, it's a special privilege to be here as a benefactor and to take part in the presentation of the award ceremony. The recipient of the Quality Dealer of the Year award has yet to be disclosed, but to all the finalists who are so well-deserving of this honor, we tip our hats. So thank you, and please join me in applauding them all for their achievements and contributions. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. The dealer chosen tonight will represent NIADA as the National Quality Dealer for 2022 and continue to represent this association as a quality dealer from this night forward. So, let's get to it. If I could ask Mr. Bob Voltman, Mr. Scott Allen, and Mr. Jake Frank, and Lee Cavender to join me down front. To all our finalists tonight, when I call your name and your state, please remain seated. Just hang out for a second. After I've read your bio, you're going to see right up there on the big screen a video clip from our interviews earlier this week. When you see that, please make your way down the center aisle to the thunderous applause, all for you. Come right on up here, down front. receive your award. Obviously, we have professional and amateur photographers. They're everywhere, so strike a pose. Hold it. Hold it. And then while maintaining your composure and acting like, oh, you get this kind of treatment every day, we'll get your award and get you back to your seat. So, you guys ready? All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present to you this year's all-star lineup of state quality dealers and your finalists for National Quality Dealer of the Year. And you didn't even see my lips move. I did that, really. So, from the state of Alabama, Michael Todd Oden. When he was 10 years old, Michael was learning about reading and writing and racing, detailing cars at his mom and dad's classic car lot in Rainbow City, Alabama. With a tennis court out behind his house and no one playing tennis, they built a shop and a paint booth to support the car business. Now, after graduating high school and becoming a master detailer and a pretty good mechanic, Todd and his family opened MTO Motors in Birmingham. From a small vehicle display area that held 8 to 10 units, they purchased the rest of that building, the lot next to it, a service station, the lot next to that, and eventually took over an entire city block in North Birmingham. Today, Todd's business continues to expand as MTO Motor Leasing. He sold vehicles in 48 states and 15 countries, all the while driving his drag racing cars to championships. Unfortunately, Todd is unable to be with us tonight, but accepting his award is Alabama State Executive, Mr. Randy Jones. Congratulations, Todd Oden, Alabama State Quality Dealer. From Arkansas, Darrell Dean Saul III. Darrell says a not-so-great car buying experience actually inspired him to begin the process of becoming a dealer himself. That, and the fact that helping his mother-in-law sell a couple of vehicles she had inherited in less than a week and making more on those two transactions than he normally made in a month kind of got him excited about the car business. So Darrell went to work on finding out what he could find out on how to be a car dealer, first by purchasing a book called How to Be a Car Dealer. He says that book taught him a lot about many things, including how to get the dealer's license done, which he would name after his grandfather's fish farm, Darrell Saul Farms, Inc. Since he needed a lot, needed an office, needed a filing cabinet, a couple other things to get started, and he had none of those things, but his grandfather's fish farm, he had it all. So that was an easy call. Years later, he came across a credit acceptance company that would help him finance his cars, purchased an old storage shed, and D3 Auto Sales sold its first car in Des Arc, Arkansas in 2012. Darrell says he and his family have experienced a first in making the trip out to Las Vegas, renting an RV, and doing their very own version of the Griswolds road trip to Vegas. Darrell says he's honored to represent his state and all its independent dealers as their nominee tonight. Congratulations, Darrell Saul, Arkansas State Quality Dealer.
I knew nothing about the car business. I knew how to change my oil, but I didn't even know a car dealer. My grandfather was relatively successful in the fish business. He is like paying me, $800,000 a week. I'm working 70, 80 hours a week. I can't pay my bills. Me and my wife just got together. We built a house. We can't pay that. And then we go and we buy this lightly used Tahoe. This is like an 07 Tahoe. That was a 3-hour painful process. That could be so much better. And it's just like, why don't I start looking into this? 3 or 4 weeks later, my mother-in-law's dad passed, and he had these Cadillacs that she needed to liquidate. And she's like, Darrell, will you help me sell these cars? And I made more in 1 week selling those Cadillacs than I had made all month working for my grandfather. And so I'm like, man, I got to figure this out.
From the Carolinas, Kelly Midget. Kelly says he knows what it's like to sell cars from the end of the world. That's kind of how they refer sometimes to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. At least it's the end of dry land. He says he's always loved cars and readily admits that by the time he was 22, he had owned 22 different vehicles. Kelly's story had lots of twists and turns, from his Mr. Detail business to selling 2 cars at a time to renew his loans and finally opening his own lot. Since fellow dealer Jody lives in the same town, no relation, Midget, already had the name Midget Auto Sales, Kelly went with his second choice, Kelly's Automotive, when he says he was kind of put on the spot to come up with a name for his license right now. The year before his dealership was purchased, they sold 17 cars, and today Kelly's Automotive sells over 200 cars a year. It's standard operating procedure for him to be working with the local schools for car donations, for the after prom, yearbook sponsors, or helping the YMCA with food, fun, and prizes. And always helping out the home team, sponsoring baseball, softball, soccer, and cheerleading. Congratulations, Kelly Midget, the Carolinas State Quality Dealer.
I've just been blessed so immensely, just beyond measure of what I could have dreamed of, what I thought. I started the auto sales to support my detailing habit. I couldn't afford to have a brick and mortar location unless I figured I could sell 1 car a month, make $900 profit, and that would cover the rent. I couldn't make it detailing alone. And to go from that with a goal of selling 1 car a month, to we're selling 20 or 25 now, and we're giving away $20,000+ a year, a couple of cars a year. It's a far cry from where I started.
From Colorado, Tim Gaylord. After the Army and enrolling in a community college for some business classes, little did Tim know back then that he was headed for a career in the car business. Maybe it was that class on salesmanship, which must have been pretty good, because in 1998, he sold 198 cars in a single day at the Denver Auto Auction. Or maybe it was selling that green 68 VW Beetle to Mr. and Ms. Jackson. Or maybe it was that time he sold the very first DeLorean in the Kansas City area. Whatever it was, Tim committed to his newfound passion and to learning a whole list of positions, from F&I to car and truck manager to vehicle acquisition manager to wholesaler, and eventually going on his own to start Gaylord Leasing Company in 1990. Tim's business today strives to create a family-first environment, committed to his community and a whole variety of charitable causes. His participation as a founding president of the Used Car Dealers Charity Fund of Colorado, donating vehicles to nonprofit charities like Treasure House of Hope, has resulted in raising over $2 million, and most of that being given back to the people of Colorado. He says the goal is 98 cents of every dollar gets paid back to the charities they serve. Tim is passionate about serving his community, his customers, his employees, as well as his commitment to serving his state and national associations. As president of Colorado IADA Board in 2022 and leading the President's Council for NIADA. Congratulations, Tim Gaylord, Colorado State Quality Dealer.
It's not me. I have a great team. Without them, we're nothing. And the theme for this year's President's Council is team. Together we empower another member, which has always been my business philosophy, that we teach ownership thinking, so that if there's a piece of paper on the ground, typical dealership salesmen say, that's not my job. We train everybody to cross-train. So we are a family-first organization. If your kid has an event and you don't show up to it, I will fire you on the spot.
From the state of Georgia, Jeffrey Wilkinson. Jeffrey is a third-generation dealer who grew up in the car business. When he was only 6 years old, he was washing vehicles for Wilkinson Used Cars. As a 6-year-old, being somewhat vertically challenged, he couldn't reach the entire vehicle, but he could still wash the tires. Good place to start. So over the years, he's been a mechanic, salesman, record driver, finance manager, and now owner of 4 companies, all housed in the same building. Jeffrey's active in his church, where he is president of the preschool board. He's active in his state association, having served as president and chairman for the board of GIADA, serving as chair of the bylaws committee, as well as chairman of the legislative committee and special membership committee. He's an avid outdoorsman, NASCAR fan, and loves going to car auctions. Congratulations, Jeffrey Wilkinson, Georgia's state quality dealer.
We probably could not have done this without our state association. It's been pivotal. I grew up in the association. My dad started going and all, and it taught him what he needed to know. They were there for the backbone. When you had a question, you had somebody to call and ask a question. And if they didn't know it, they could reach out to a different dealer to ask that question. So I've seen on both sides, especially out there trying to get memberships and trying to talk up the association and everything. And you hear the other dealers say, I don't need this. I don't, tell me why I really need it, because I don't need it. Because if y'all are already doing it, why should I have to pay the membership to join? But it's there for that extra help. You got that one question that you really need to know. And that's what the association's been there. And our association, I've been through several executive directors, and our current one, Amy, she is excellent.
From Maryland, James Makia. James was born in Nigeria, and after coming to America in 2001 and earning his degree, he was all set for a career in criminal justice. But then he sold his Crown Victoria at a Baltimore City gas station, made a tidy profit of $1,400, and decided to rethink the whole criminal justice thing. James sold 40 units in 4 months and invested everything into buying and selling more vehicles and gaining his education in the car business. Starting out in a 1,000-square-foot building, Baltimore City, with 3 employees, he quickly outgrew that space and soon acquired his current location in the Baltimore suburbs. A huge renovation project in 2015 not only added auto service to his retail operation, but took his business to over 40 employees, generating record revenues. James says he's been blessed with some unique experiences in his life and in his work, having worked with some incredible leaders and teammates. He says he firmly believes this is truly an entrepreneurial business and it's all about the people. James serves on the board of NIADA and is involved in several causes locally, including Vehicles for Change, a nonprofit that donates vehicles to low and no-income families. James is also very involved in a halfway house called Full Circle, which trains inmates to repair vehicles, learning a skill, providing for their room and board, and later even placing them with full-time employment. James says he's always asking, what more can we do? Congratulations, James Makia, Maryland State Quality Dealer.
One that I'm most proud of is Vehicles for Change, an organization, a non-for-profit organization that donates vehicles to low-income and no-income families. So we started donating some of our trade-ins to the organization. And so to date, we've donated somewhere close to about 50 vehicles since we probably started around 2018. Whatever vehicles that we check them out, we send it to them, and some they have to make light repairs to it. which brings me to Full Circle. It's a halfway house program for inmates coming out of prison. When the inmates complete their program, get all their certification, then the organization helps them, place them with dealerships to become techs.
We are live right on the Strip in Las Vegas. It's a star-studded night. The stars and studs are everywhere. We've got more lights, cameras, and action straight ahead when we return after these messages.
During my career in the car business, I was president of the National Independent Auditing Association. And that was a really high honor for me. I was president for a year and I was chairman for about a year and a half. And AutoZone was a platinum sponsor for us during that period of time and all. And they still are. So we've got, the NIADA has 17,000 members. And a lot of those dealers use AutoZone parts. They are a trusted supplier for us. AutoZone is a great company and they're a great corporate citizen in Memphis. We want quality service and quality level of parts, and that's what we get from AutoZone.
We are back at the big show live in Las Vegas. I'm Michael York, and this is the National Quality Dealer Awards. Let's continue with our list of finalists. From New Jersey, Michael Grobert. Michael says it really all started when he opened his selling career on his mom's front lawn. No, not a lemonade stand. Michael bought this 1984 Mercury Cougar for like $1,200, put it on his mom's front lawn. He says he cleaned it up, took some shoe polish and just wrote a price on the windshield, and a couple days later he sold it for $2,500. Soon Michael was hired as a salesman at Imports Auto in Patterson, New Jersey. He was only 17 and credits an amazing mentor for teaching him so much about the car business. In 1996, he started Michael's Motor Cars from an office about the size of a phone booth, he says. Today he has 7 locations and 27 employees, and each one of those locations is an active member of the community around it. From sponsoring fundraising efforts to supporting the police to actively working with Toys for Tots. Canines for Warriors is one of Michael's favorite causes, supporting veterans with PTSD and pairing them with working dogs to help them in their day-to-day lives. Michael says it's been an amazing ride over the past 27 years in the car business, and he's honored to have received this nomination representing his local and national association. Congratulations, Michael Grobert, New Jersey State Quality Dealer.
I wear a lot of hats. I buy them, I sell them, I handle customers. I mean, I'm running around like a madman. I take pictures of cars, I fix cars, I'm underneath cars, in my service shop, my detail shop. My phone blows up all day long with my staff calling me and helping them price cars out. I'm like the guy to price out everything, and we price out over 100 cars a day. And we buy 100 cars a week. So it's nonstop. My phone blows up all day. I run around like a madman. Everyone knows what I do. They don't know how I do it. My entire staff still says, how does this guy do it?
From New York, Joel Osserman. While still in college in 1980, Joel turned a shared barn into an auto repair business. And after a few semesters, the business was taking more of Joel's time away from school. After taking a year off, a trade deal with a Volkswagen Rabbit and the local VW dealership closing their doors led Joel to calling on all his creative negotiating powers and ending up with his leasing the old VW dealership location. Suddenly, all this VW service and selling was showing up at this 20-year-old's new business. Been a lot of reconditioned Rabbits and satisfied VW customers since then. Joel even ended up getting married to one of those satisfied customers. So Select Eurocars really is a family business that has now sold over 9,000 vehicles. Joel's overcome many health and life struggles including being hit head-on by a drunk driver, navigating his way back to health while trying to hold on to his business during his recovery. Joel's a certified master dealer, now in business for over 40 years, helping other VW clubs around the country and also participating in local charities to honor his mom and dad battling diseases like multiple sclerosis. One project he's really passionate about is teaching and mentoring local students in driver's ed, not just about being a better driver, but a responsible one as well, never drinking and driving. Congratulations, Joel Osserman, New York State Quality Dealer.
I've been in business now locally. It'll be 42 years come August. And I'm involved with a lot of local organizations, both groups that we feel good about, local people who walk in, who've had hard times hit them. And I did a program for the driver's ed class at one of our local high schools for 15 years. And that's a program I'm most proud of, on how to buy your first car, how to buy insurance, talk to kids about drunk driving, and about building credit. You know, I did that program for those kids for 15 years. I did a program for a home ec class for a couple of years. So I've done a lot of local things, but working with customers is my favorite.
From Ohio, Sean Evans. Sean has lived at the intersection of cars and golf for much of his adult life. After 10 years working in the car business, he moved to Florida to pursue his dream of becoming a professional golfer. But like most dreams, it takes money to pursue them, so Sean kept working in the car business as a salesman for Blunt Chevrolet. After just a couple of weeks on the job, he got promoted to finance manager, and soon after that, another promotion to sales manager. Even though he was staying busy in the car world, he was still pursuing his dream of golf, even playing on a couple of the mini tours and winning the Polk County Amateur Championship. Wasn't long after that, he decided to return to Ohio for some wholesaling work, and not much later, that led to opening his own lot in the Carriage Company in 1998. He's been there ever since. Sean is a big supporter of his community, including FFA and 4-H, United Way, Lions Club, as well as local law enforcement and other local causes. And he still finds time for he and his wife, Lisa, to get in a round of golf every now and then. Congratulations, Sean Evans, Ohio State Quality Dealer.
Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's huge to me. I'm kind of an old school, old soul, handshake, hugging kind of person that's me. But you just got to take care of people. Don't just come into the business and expect that it's all you're gonna make tons of money. Yeah, it's been very lucrative, but you got to take care of people. Your family, your employees, your customers are number one. I mean, if I sell a $5,000 car and it was as is, or a $50,000 car with a full warranty, if something happens in a couple months, it doesn't matter. I take care of them. I don't even ask them. I just say, take it here, we'll fix it, you're good to go. But you gotta take care of people. That's huge. That's why they keep coming back.
From Pennsylvania, Robert Bert Straub. 40 years ago, a young man in Pennsylvania was doing his job every day, pumping gas at a local gas station. He said he was focused on two things back then: his love of cars and a strong desire to do better. Later on, from managing a Mercedes-Benz parts department to selling jet skis, and eventually realizing what he really wanted to do was sell cars. From franchise store to struggling independent lot to eventually making the move into the banking end of the business, Bert's career has taken him on a few wild rides. In 2015, he and wife Linda made the decision to open their own dealership. He says their next move was becoming active in their state association. Bert says since that time, he credits his state association for their help in his business becoming and remaining successful. Bert says they're a small dealership, but doing all they can in helping their communities, from supporting youth in schools and churches to filling cars for veterans to the NIADA shelter, a project they created from their love for their pets and helping other animals. Congratulations, Bert Straub, Pennsylvania State Quality Dealer.
A mom and pop store. And I think people get so overwhelmed with, boy, I can't do that big thing. But that big thing is right for the right person. For us, we do fill a car for vets. We've done that for a few years where the vets are coming back and they don't have the kitchen utensils. So we'll fill a van, comfort a vet. That was the slogan we had. We've got another one. It's called the NIADA Shelter, which is a local shelter for abused animals. And we've got a dog, we've got a golden retriever that stays at our store every day. That's where we're going to focus our giving this year. We really want to be able to give and let them know that we're involved. We're here for you. We're not afraid of rolling up our sleeves, taking our tie off, and going out and doing the work. And I think that's what we find really important.
Coming up, there's more car stars and more car stories, all for your late night viewing pleasure, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
We'll continue with the 2022 National Quality Dealer Awards when we return after these messages.
Welcome back. I'm Michael York, live from convention headquarters. We are at the magnificent MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It's the 2022 National Quality Dealer Awards. And let's get back to our list of dealer finalists. From the state of Texas, Tommy Gregory. What do you do if you're a sixth grader looking for a summer job? Well, of course, you pump gas for your uncle's Exxon station until you're old enough to work for your dad in his auto repair business. While still in high school, Tommy participated in a work-study program that allowed him to earn his ASA certification as a master technician. In 1979, Tommy married his high school sweetheart, Wanda. A few years later, when the oil bust hit Texas, he began looking for other ways to support his family, buying cars and trucks, which soon led to opening up Abilene used car sales with his father. Tommy says he has a deep appreciation for his dad, R.D., who helped start the family business and the legacy of Abilene used car sales. Their community involvement runs deep with a variety of causes for kids, giving away vehicles to the underprivileged. Tommy says he can't say enough good things about his affiliation as a member with his state association, and how being a state and national member has contributed to his success, from answering day-to-day questions on the phone to gatherings like this one and state conventions sharing ideas with his fellow dealers. Congratulations, Tommy Gregory, Texas State Quality Dealer.
Well, I know being a member of the Texas Association is awesome. That's been one of the key factors to our success. I mean, we can shoot those guys a text, we can call them on the phone, and we have a problem, they're there. I mean, they're on it. I mean, they're not, we'll get back with you in a few days and you're wondering if you're going to hear from them. They're there to help. And Jeff and his crew, he's got an amazing staff. but we were having trouble getting our license for our related finance company. And I made a call to him, and he was so helpful. I was amazed. I told my wife, I said, I can't believe that these guys are this helpful.
From Virginia, Andrew Wiley. It's 1994, and a young Andrew has just completed college with a degree in finance. And about that same time, Landmark Honda began figuring out new developments in special financing. Andrew says he began working with a Honda store, and not long after he started there, the special finance department at a Nissan store gave him a call. Before he could really get settled in and decorate his new office, his department was accounting for 25% of dealership sales. Soon after, Andrew became the top producing representative in the nation for Auto Marketing Network and became the youngest national sales manager of the company at the age of 26. He would later become the first in his family to start his own business, and in 2014 completed NIADA's Certified Master Dealer Program. Today, Andrew says his dealership and his employees are focused on a more profitable customer experience. He encourages his employees to give back to their communities and leads the way as a great example of community service, starting a program called Noah's Day Off in 2017 in honor of his son. Andrew is active in his state association, having been a member for over 20 years, serving on the state board of directors for over 10 years, and holding the office of president and chairman of the board. Congratulations, Andrew Wiley, Virginia's state quality dealer.
Noah's Day Off is a program we created. My oldest son decided to take a gap year after he finished high school and go on a mission trip. And so to honor him a little bit, what we do at work is I will pay people to work to do charitable causes and still let them get paid up to 4 hours a month. So it comes out to about 6 days a year that they can do that to volunteer at the Salvation Army. We had one person took a mission trip to help after hurricane relief. It doesn't count against their paid time off or their vacation. This is extra time for them. They just got to share a little bit about what they did afterwards. But we've had employees be able to take care of family members, volunteer at a soup kitchen, that sort of thing. We just want to encourage our employees to give back to the community that gives us so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all of tonight's finalists. Thank you, Bob, Scott, and Lee, and Jake. But I am going to reserve the right to call you back. So, who's your pick? The suspense is building. Stay right where you are. We'll do the same. We're back right after this.
In the car business, I was president of the National Independent Auto Association. And that was a really high honor for me. I was president for a year and I was chairman for about a year and a half. And AutoZone was a platinum sponsor for us during that period of time and all. And they still are. So we've got, the NIADA has 17,000 members. And a lot of those dealers use AutoZone parts. They are a trusted supplier for us. AutoZone is a great company and they're a great corporate citizen in Memphis. We want quality service and the quality level of parts, and that's what we get from AutoZone.
Welcome back to fabulous Las Vegas. I'm your host, Michael York. We are closing in on the big reveal. But just before we do, I would like to invite your reigning National Quality Dealer of the Year to share a few comments and insights from this past year. Ladies and gentlemen, from Georgia, Mr. Lee Cavender.
Thank you, Michael. Good evening, everyone. This dinner award ceremony last year is still a blur for me. During that day and into the evening last year, I had the opportunity to meet various State Quality Dealer of the Year recipients, and I was in awe of each and every one of them. Here were a group of people that truly cared, and they showed it with their actions by helping their fellow man in so many ways. Their selfless work with charities and their customers, employees, and their tireless work to make our industry better both on a state and national level were truly inspiring. And tonight, we again have a tremendous group of men and women competing for the National Quality Dealer of the Year award. In winning this award last year, I was very humbled and overwhelmed. And one candidate here tonight will have their own experience. As your name is called, the lights will suddenly be upon you, and all the focus in this room will be on you. And you will begin your adventure as National Quality Dealer, and it'll be an amazing ride. For me, the kind words that came from so many people brought a lot of joy. Along with this, having an opportunity to reconnect with so many friends I've made along the way was pretty awesome. As I reflected on what I wanted to speak about this evening, I thought about my journey. When over 20 years ago I attended my first NABD convention and was amazed at all the information and training available for our young and struggling dealership. Shortly after that, I attended my first 20 group meeting where I was humbled to learn how much we were doing wrong and how much needed to be changed for us to be successful in our industry. Years later, when I reached out to my state association to tell them what they needed to be doing, I was told if I wanted change, I needed to be involved and part of the solution. This was some of the best advice in my life. All of these experiences have led me to the conclusion that if we as a business and an industry want to survive, not just survive, but thrive, we need to all work together. Our industry is changing continuously in a pace that I have never seen. We need to embrace our state and national associations and work together and make sure that the people creating the laws that govern our industry hear our voice. I hope that everyone in this room will encourage our fellow dealers to join and be active in your state and national associations. I hope you'll encourage your fellow dealers to seek out the training that is available with various 20 groups, associations, and conventions. I hope you will encourage our fellow dealers to embrace the technologies that will set them apart from their competition and help them transition into an ever-changing market. Because you, the people in this room and watching this broadcast, are the leaders of our industry, and you can make a difference. My beautiful wife, Natalie, and I founded Cavender Auto 26 years ago, and as of April 30th of this year, Natalie and I have retired from the dealership. I have full faith that my brother Rondus and his team will do a great job continuing to serve our community in Gainesville, Georgia. We are a proud buy here, pay here dealer, and we're proud to serve the unbankable customers in our area. All of our employees understand how important it is to deliver safe, dependable transportation so that our customers can go to work, to school, and live their lives every day. Our team works on the premise that we are successful when our customers are successful in completing their loan and getting the title to the vehicle. The passion of our team makes me proud, and Megan from our accounts department put a video together so that you can meet some of our team. Here's our video. It's been a tremendous honor to be NIADA Quality Dealer of the Year. But what makes Cavender Auto truly special is the passion of our people.
Provide the best customer service. Our #1 goal is for our customers to always feel heard and understood.
Here at Cavender Auto, we pride ourselves on collecting with care instead of an iron fist. We know that customers have hardships and everybody goes through something, so we take it upon ourselves to provide our customers with different resources to be able to assist them.
At Cavender Auto, our customers are not just customers, they're our family. Being here 18 years, I've gained a lot of family. I baptize a little girl, one of my customers' little girl. I take my customers out on the boat and jet skis. We just have a great time. We love them and we appreciate their business.
Here at Cavender Auto, not only do we want to earn your business, but we want to make you feel like family as well. That's why every year for the past 17 years, we have given away a title drawing for Christmas. So we understand that you have family to take care of, things to buy. We want to just kind of take the burden away from you and give back to you as well.
Here at Cavender Auto, our main three goals are safety, drivability, and reliability. We always strive to fix the car right the first time.
Here in our service department, we pride ourselves in correctly repairing all of our customers' vehicles. We want them to feel that we are truly concerned about keeping their vehicle running, while at the same time being treated like a friend.
As a buy here, pay here dealer, our main goal was to get our customer to the end of their loan and get them the title to their vehicle. It's a challenging task, but a rewarding one. A successful loan can be life-changing for our customer. It's a mindset that we all share and takes our entire team to get it done. From keeping their vehicle on the road to working with them on everyday life challenges. Their success is our success. We succeed when they succeed.
Thanks to Cavender. Y'all guys are the best.
Thank you, Cavender Auto.
Thank you, Lee, for your example and your inspiration in representing NIADA and your fellow dealers in your tenure as National Quality Dealer. Great job. And I'm going to ask Lee if he would just to hang with me right here on stage. And now the moment we've all been waiting for to reveal the 2022 National Quality Dealer of the Year. If I could ask Mr. Allen and Mr. Voltman once again to join me up on stage with Mr. Cavender. We've said it before, each dealer you've met tonight is obviously very successful in their business. They've done amazing things, and you've heard just a brief summary of their generosity and their service to those around them. They are leaders in this industry, committed to their families, to their communities, as well as their commitment to the highest standards and the bar they set for other dealers to follow. And while each of them, any of them, would be deserving of this honor, eventually the list must be shortened to just a single individual. Only one can become the National Quality Dealer of the Year. Like so many dealer stories, our honoree tonight began his automotive career at a very young age. Moving from a summer job pumping gas for his uncle to working in his dad's auto repair business, he participated in a work-study program in high school that allowed him to go to school half-time and work the other half of the day. He continued to earn his ASE certification, making him an ASE Master Technician, which the National Institute for Automotive Excellence recognizes. In the late 70s, he married his high school sweetheart. Soon after, he ventured out to the oil fields for a couple of years, but returned to his father's business in 1983. In 1986, when the oil bust hit, he began looking for other ways to support his family and did so by buying cars and trucks. Finding an opportunity in oil fields, their cars and trucks, he'd buy these available vehicles, repair and recondition them, and then sell them. In 1991, he and his wife emptied their savings account, $2,200, and opened their very own used car dealership with his father. A dogged determination, strong work ethic, and auto repair experience took that enterprise from a handful of cars a month at a repair shop to owning and operating a large independent used car dealership, a recon facility, and a related finance company. Today, his community is the beneficiary of his generosity with programs like annual backpacks for kids and back-to-school programs. When winter approaches, it's time again for their Coats for Kids, giving away cars to needy families, contributions in time and money to a local boys ranch, and many other charitable causes they're proud to support. Being a member of his state association has made a huge difference in his business and in his life, providing answers whenever he needed them and when he needed them now. And for that, he says he is most grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 National Quality Dealer of the Year from the state of Texas, Mr. Tommy Gregory.
I'm not used to speaking in front of people. Man, if you knew my beginnings, where it all started and how young I married, and somehow I got the right one. Really. I would not be here today. I'm nervous. I would not be here today without her standing every inch of the way, just through this whole endeavor. I mean, hills and valleys and peaks and lows and broke and rich, and I don't know. It's just, it's been awesome. We've carved out a really good life. She gave me 3 really, really awesome children. They all work in the business. I'm doing pretty good, aren't I? I had no speech, none. But they're awesome kids. This business would not be what it is, what it has become, without just everybody's effort in the Gregory family. I want to thank our state association. They're awesome people. Jeff Martin, his crew, truly awesome people. Dealers along the way that's given me advice, helped me, including Scott Allen. He's an awesome guy. He's a new president coming in, his wife Jody, they're awesome people. As you can tell, I'm not very experienced at this, so I just want to say thank you, and y'all have a good night. Thank you.
That never gets old, does it? No. Well, the Oasis in the Desert has been an amazing backdrop all week long here on the Strip, enjoying the grand hospitality of the MGM. A big thank you to all of our sponsors. We could not do this without you. To all these beautiful people here in our live audience, and you know who you are. To all of our dealer finalists tonight, thank you, job well done, and congratulations to Tommy Gregory of Texas, the 2022 National Quality Dealer of the Year. Make your plans. Make your plans now. Let's be right back here in Las Vegas in 2023 at the Wynn. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks for being with us. I'm Michael York. Good night from Las Vegas.